life that he has done. He's also a father of 4, husband of Stephanie, and he writes a twice-weekly column for the Washington Examiner. He's been quoted by Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck, and many others, cited in the Wall Street Journal's Best of the Web, and he's a co-host of a web-based news commentary show called Trifecta on pjtv.com. And I want everyone to know that our petition is at this table right over here. We've had a lot of folks already sign it, and we're very excited to see you. I'll turn it over to Scott Ott.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming out here today. I appreciate that. As a citizen, as someone who cares about our country, it's always exciting to me to see people who give up what they could otherwise be doing in order to do something important for their country. I was talking to a veteran here just before this event who came here and gave up a day of his wages as a bricklayer in order to be here. And I know many of the rest of you have also given up important things that you had to do. As I look out over this unruly mob, I have to tell you that the main reason I came here today is because I heard that there was a lot of big pharmaceutical money behind this, and I was hoping for some samples of Propecia. I thought maybe we could thicken this up a little bit here.
How about some Viagra?
But I'll tell you what, folks don't understand how important this is to you sometimes. I get to talk to a lot of people as I'm campaigning for Lehigh County Executive on the phone, and there is no issue that comes home for people more than this one. The concern that anybody is going to get between you and your doctor. The concern that somebody in Washington, D.C., no matter how well-meaning, I'm sorry, this is making weird noises. Do I need to do something different?
No, it sounds
good.
Okay.
Sounds okay.
Yeah.
The concern that some bureaucrat somewhere, no matter how well-meaning, is going to somehow make decisions for you or help you to make decisions or override the decisions that you've made. Those of you who have sat by a bedside of an ailing relative, those of you who have been in that hospice room, those of you who have had to have important high-tech medical tests done very quickly can appreciate that. I was talking to a gentleman today who said that his brother was having some shortness of breath and some difficulty, and he went to his doctor. They immediately got him into the hospital, and they had a pacemaker in that day. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know of anything that the government does that quickly.
Yeah.
Spend our money.
They are pretty good at spending the money, I guess. I can see the point. But I'll tell you what, just as a common sense person, as somebody who has run organizations and small businesses, there's something about a sweeping, massive change like this that strikes me. How many of you have ever been part of a business where the first time they roll out a product or a new service or a new concept, they roll it out nationwide in every city, every village, every state, all at once? They don't do that, do they? What do? They test it. They prototype it. They try it all out on a few people. And so immediately your antenna should go up and say, why are we not testing this out? Where is the historical experience that says, hey, this stuff could work? Even if you didn't deal with the whole issue of our liberty. But let me deal with the issue of the liberty briefly. We have too often allowed ourselves to be drawn into discussions about the size and the scope and the specifics of a bill when we should stop immediately at the word liberty and go no further. I will not be drawn into a discussion about how much money should be spent on this over how much time. I will not be drawn into a discussion over who gets to decide which tests and who appoints whom to what boards and committees and death panels or whatever else you want to call them. That's the wrong place to be talking about this. We start with liberty. Is the government trying to do something that's going to expand or protect your liberty, or is it doing something that's going to restrict, constrict, or steal your liberty? That's the key question. That's the one we have to get the answer to first. That's why so many people are turning out here. It's not because we're greedy people that don't want you taking our money and using it to help the poor who can't get medical care. As a matter of fact, if the government would get their hands out of this whole business, you would find that a lot more people would rise up and get personally involved in contributing to make sure that everybody has medical care. That's what built our country. That's what made it great. Individual liberty, freedom, and the right of people to decide on these most crucial issues. It's ironic to me that a government who thinks that there is a right of privacy when it comes to the ending of a human life is not concerned so much about the right of privacy when it comes to the most intimate procedures that you will ever undergo. For any of you who have ever been in a hospital gown, know what I'm talking about. We care about this stuff. We will not be silent. We will not be rude. We will be cheerful, but we will be persistent. And we will never give up as long as people are trying to tread on our freedoms.